Joining me live from New York to talk more about Tencent's music investments is founder and creative director of BigEyedWish, Wishingrad. Thank you for joining us.
Good to see you again, Rachelle.
So how was Tencent able to become so competitive in the entertainment industry?
Well, I think what you'll find with a lot of these internet companies, that you really have to make sure you have the users. And they had a really great foothold with social network, people using their phones to communicate, text, and be with each other. And once they had a foothold on an audience, it only makes sense that they grow and expand from there. When people talk about the stickiness of an app, they mean how much time you spend with it. So once they have you playing inside their platform, they want to do as much as they can to keep you there. So entertainment's a great way to create more lean back and more time spent on the platform.
And what sort of investments has Tencent made in building up its entertainment empire?
Usually it's money. I mean, if you see like Netflix is spending $8 billion on original content, Amazon created Prime Entertainment just to fully round out their Prime subscription package and to give people more time with the platform. So they said that they do need to kind of invest ahead because there's no room for small players anymore and there's no room for little. So you have to kind of be a scale player and you need to spend a lot of money on gaming and content to be able to feed your audience and keep them captive on your network.
Now, people often compare Tencent's business strategy with, of course, Netflix. So what are the biggest similarities and what are the big differences?
Well, the similarities are both spending a lot of money in entertainment and content and knowing people will pay for that. And it's not like a Facebook, an example, where you watch a couple-minute video here, 15 seconds there. You really sit back and spend hours. It's kind of usurping television. So it gives you a longer time on the platform. The part that they're different from Netflix is they have a million other offerings. They have gaming. They have you can buy things through WeChat. They're like one of these Asian conglomerates that in America looks like when we saw the Samsungs and the Mitsubishis, and it feels like they have a construction company and they make cars and they make televisions, and it feels like they're taking that same approach, and in that market it works. People are used to doing a lot of business with one entity, and that's not too dissimilar to what's happening here. We've got YouTube with Google and Instagram with Facebook and WhatsApp. So everyone's trying to not look like a big monopoly, but they're just creating all these different apps and ways for you to engage in the platform, but you don't have to feel like you're with a mega corp.
So as Tencent continues to grow, talk about some of the key partnerships that it's made to help boost its brand and its growth.
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, about the partnerships they've made. I know they're acquiring a lot of different pieces of content and entertainment, but I don't know their business that well to speak on that.
Okay, so let's look at how the company is positioning itself to compete with, say, Alibaba and other tech companies in this space. What are they doing?
Well, they help do a lot of transactions. A lot of these companies didn't have traditional landlines being laid down, so they were first to get to mobile, and everyone's planning to now pay. It's your phone, it's your wallet, it's a way of transacting. So they're working on basically capping the mobile phone, which has totally surpassed the PC and what's happening in all developing markets. So I think everyone has different user bases. Alibaba, the primary reason to go there, like Amazon, was to buy, and they've got room to expand from there. And no different than Tencent, they come in through a social network, but then naturally you want to pivot to retail, and you want to be able to do as much as you possibly can and provide as many services for each user.
Now, even given the size of Tencent, it's still not a household name in a lot of countries around the world. So talk about its reach in the global market and what it's doing to try and boost its presence.
Well, I think a lot of it you see is when you reach a certain size, you become that crazy unicorn chasing $1 trillion. You start to become pop culture. People love business and reading about it, so it's a great way to expand your reach in that respect. Also, I think the rise of China and the protectionist nature of America is becoming a theme that's coming across the country. And we've been hearing about China for a long time, but now it's actually a reality. And the narrative is China's coming and taking over. So I think they'll ride that wave. A lot of these businesses it's a very word of mouth. Facebook didn't have to run advertising, nor did Amazon. It just becomes kind of the zeitgeist. So I think we'll have to just see if countries become too isolationist and protect their borders and don't let certain competition to come in. That's what will be the limiter. But if it's a free and open economy, it'll tend to be the best prices, the best content, and serving the best audiences, and will become that globalist economy.
So what do you see as the biggest challenges? We heard some of the musicians talking about piracy being an issue. What do you see as the biggest headwind to growth for Tencent?
I think everyone feeling like they're getting their fair share and compensated properly is very, it's not specific to Tencent, it's to every single company. It's not like streaming services have replaced the day when you used to buy music. I think there's a new economy and the kind of the salad days are over. So the users are in control and it's not a few people pulling all the strings. There's too much choice and opportunity and competition.
All right, thank you so much. Ian Wishingrad, founder and creative director of BigEyedWish.
Thank you.